guys, I'm Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Pat Schlapper. Today I just want to talk to you a little bit about something that I bought early in the season to help me with organization, storage, and probably the biggest thing I bought it for is security. So under the topper of my Silverado I have a TruckVault. So with the TruckVault I have the Magnum size, which it's about, I think it's 10.5 inches tall, and the reason I got that is just to maximize the storage, and it'll fit the Plano 3700 series tackle boxes, which I use a lot of in there really well. So what kind of drove me to the TruckVault versus, there's really one other competitor out there that makes a good product, but it's not as secure or well built as this, I felt like. So the first thing is the heavy duty locks that you can use a key with, or you can set up a combination. I still just use the key. I didn't take the time to set up the combination, but to get into it, I mean, you put the key in, turn it, it slides right out. And if you look at the lock mechanism, it's a super heavy duty bar where if someone's going to get into it, they're going to have a lot of time to get into it. So, and then the other reason I like this one over the other competitor is the side walls go straight up and down. The other one, it's angled, so you don't get near as much space. So you can see on how I have it set up, these are your standard Plano 3700 boxes or the 3700 deeps. I can fit a lot of them in here. If you look at what's in there, and I still have more space. So this side I typically fill with the trays, and then I'll have a box with my spare reels. Usually I have another box with spare spinning reels. I have my lake chips, just memory cards, big box of spare crankbaits. I mean, I can fit a ton of stuff in this. On the other side, I have a few other things in there besides tackle. I bought the one with the 60-40 split, where 60% on this side, 40 on this side. You can get it 50-50 also, but I wanted this side a little bit bigger, and I'll show you why when I open it up. So once again, put the key in, turn it, slides open. So on this side I have, I do have a lot of tackle, but I keep my floor jack in here, just some swim baits in there, line. I keep a tool bag where I have my power drills. I always have a couple of them in there. And then the rest of it is tackle. So I have my Sunline line bags. I've got one that's just braid, one that's just the shooter fluorocarbon, and then I've got spinner baits. I keep a lot of my plastics in these Rubbermaid totes. These happen to be mag draft swim baits, but so I can fit a lot of them in there, and then I put trays on top of it. So it's pretty amazing how much stuff you can fit in this. And you can configure it kind of how you want. So it'll come with a couple different of these horizontal or I don't know if it's separators you could put in there, and there's basically just a little piece. You basically just mount these little slides wherever you want them. Just drill it in with, you know, just small little screws, but it's very secure, so you can kind of put that wherever you want. And then they will also come with some that'll run lengthwise. So if you wanted to separate this out more, if you had guns or some other stuff to put in there. For me, I just mainly wanted it open because this is the type of stuff I'm putting in there. But it's pretty amazing how much stuff will fit into this and how secure and well built it is. And the other thing with this one versus the competitors, you can pull it out a lot further. The other one, you can only pull it out about halfway, so it's a lot easier to get stuff. Now on this one, I do have that floor jack in there, so I kind of have to pick it up a little bit to get it to slide in, but it's super well built, heavy duty. Once again, this is the Magnum size. I believe it's 10.5 inches deep. The standard one's, you know, quite a bit shorter. So if you didn't need quite as much storage, it would the standard one would be fine. So one of the other nice things about this particular company is you can kind of customize, you know, the color you want, the surface that you want. They make one that is for outdoor, so say you didn't have a topper, I've got mine carpeted to match the lining of my truck. You know, they matched it perfectly, and that was something actually the dealer that I worked with in town here, General Coin and Gun, he did a lot of the work. He kind of asked me the questions, dealt with the company. It was really fast and easy. Got it drop shipped to the house. It was a really simple process working with General Coin and Gun in Eau Claire here. So he's the one who made sure it was all matched up. It was custom for my truck. So this just truck bed's a 6'10" So basically when you order them, they'll build them to spec. And then I told them that I had the bed rug in there, so they compensated for that a little bit, gave it a little bit more room when they trimmed it. So it's kind of a cool company where they'll build it kind of specific to the customer. So putting it in was super easy. We basically got it up into the truck. These sides will pop off, and basically you mount, there's a couple of these braces that go in there, and then there's just a bolt on this side on each corner that will lock it down. So you kind of get it centered, tighten those down to keep it from moving, which honestly once you get stuff in there it's pretty heavy anyways. It's not going to be easy to move. And then when you take these little pieces off on top of it, there's extra storage along the side. So like I have jack stands in there, propane, 1 pump propane tanks, my floor jack handle I keep in there. It's actually quite a bit of extra storage on the sides that you don't really realize there is. That's something else that the competitor doesn't have a lot of. They do have little storages in the corner, but not like this. I sleep on this right now. So when I get to a tournament, I have this full of stuff, a couple different tents, my coolers, just all my gear, and I'll take a lot of that out and I just put a mattress down here and I sleep right on top of it. So it holds a lot of weight, obviously, if I can sleep on it and store all that other stuff. So really well built. Definitely the superior company in my opinion. That's why I bought this one. So that's kind of a rundown of the system and the one that I have, and you can go on their website and look at it. I would recommend calling a dealer, especially the one that I worked with in town here, General Coin and Gun. Brian Zinn owns it. He was super helpful because I tried reaching out to the company and they didn't answer. I left a voicemail. They did get back to me in a couple days, but I called Brian and he had everything figured out within a couple hours and had the thing coming to me. So I would highly recommend Brian Zinn at General Coin and Gun, and I'll try to put his information at the end of the video, so if you want to reach him. Even if you just have questions on it or availability, he'll take care of you. He's one of them guys that if he doesn't know the answer, he's not going to tell you something until he knows the answer. So for me, that was a huge deal because I had questions that I couldn't figure out, and he called, figured them all out. And even if you're from out of town, not close to Eau Claire, you can still deal with Brian and you can just get it drop shipped to your house. So I would encourage you to at least give him a shot, give him a call, talk to him about it. I know he'd appreciate it a lot. He's a great local business person who does a lot for the community. So I would appreciate it and he would appreciate it too.